Imagine this. Two of college football's most storied programs schedule a rare nationally televised matchup with both coming off great seasons. The game is on ABC, but your local ABC station forces you to watch a lopsided rivalry between one of college football's powerhouses and one of college football's worst programs. Pretty crazy, right? That would be like the Nashville affiliate forcing its viewers to watch a local broadcast of Memphis versus Tennessee instead of an ABC national broadcast of Nebraska versus USC or Ohio State versus Notre Dame. Before I start, I ask that you like this video and subscribe to the channel. We got podcasts, interviews, and mini documentaries just like this. Over 83% of my watch time comes from non-subscribers, so why don't you stay a while and subscribe? Now, back to the story. The year is 1996, and the date is September 21st. ABC hit the jackpot with their matchup to air at noon in front of a national television audience. For just the 10th time, and only the 7th time in the regular season, Notre Dame would play Texas for ABC's national noon Eastern time game. The schools met at Notre Dame the prior season in 1995, which was the first meeting since the 1978 Cotton Bowl, and the first regular season meeting since 1954. At that time, Texas and Notre Dame combined for 14 national titles and were two of college football's biggest brand names. Their three matchups in the Cotton Bowl during the 1970s had decided the national championship each time. In the 1970 Cotton Bowl, Texas beat Notre Dame on a late touchdown to clinch a split national title, while in 1970, Notre Dame upset number 1 Texas to spoil the Longhorns' national title bid. In the 1978 Cotton Bowl, number 5 Notre Dame's victory over number 1 Texas set off a chain of events that would give the Fighting Irish the national title. Both programs were coming off strong seasons too. Notre Dame won last season's meeting against Texas 55-27 and went 9-3, earning a spot in the Orange Bowl, which they lost to Florida State. Texas's loss to Notre Dame was their only loss of the regular season, as the Longhorns went 10-1-1 and won the Southwest Conference before losing to Virginia Tech in the Sugar Bowl. Two titans of college football who both played in New Year's Bowls the prior year, playing against each other in front of the country on ABC. Surely every ABC station would want to air this, right? Well, as you may have guessed, not every station did. WTAE, Pittsburgh's ABC affiliate, had other plans. WTAE was one of a number of stations in the Northeast that received a package of Big East football games to air every season. I'm going to go off topic for a second and show you just how awesome this Big East Game of the Week intro from the 90s is.
Network. It's the Big East Football Conference Game of the Week. Today's matchup.
WTAE had a choice between Notre Dame versus Texas and that week's Big East Game of the Week, Temple versus Penn State. By now, you probably know which game WTAE chose. Since Allegheny County, where Pittsburgh is located, had more Penn State alumni than any other part of the country, WTAE chose to air Penn State versus Temple instead of Notre Dame versus Texas. Well, I guess that's okay, but this decision becomes ridiculous when you look at the Temple-Penn State matchup. Temple was one of the worst programs in Division I, failing to win more than 2 games for 5 straight years, including a 1-10 finish in 1995. One of those games was a 66-14 loss to Penn State, continuing a 20-game losing streak in the series that dated back to 1941. On the other hand, Penn State went 9-3 with a win over Auburn in the Outback Bowl in 1995, and the year before that, they won the Big Ten, the Rose Bowl, and the national championship in an undefeated 1994 regular season. Anyone who thought this was going to be a close game was out of their mind. So, how did Pittsburgh area Notre Dame fans respond? They were obviously furious and expressed that anger to WTAE, leading one worker to say, "Notre Dame people, they're wicked." Wickedness aside, Notre Dame fans' rage was rightful. The Temple-Penn State game was another blowout in the series as the Nittany Lions dominated Temple in a 41-0 win. Penn State raced to a 31-0 halftime lead and outgained the Owls 387-149. Temple would lose 10 more games to Penn State before ending a 31-game, 74-year losing streak to Penn State in 2015. The Texas-Notre Dame game could not be more different, as it was an instant classic, as Notre Dame drove 36 yards in the final minute to kick a game-winning field goal to win 27-24 over the Longhorns. The schools would not meet again until 2015 and 2016 and have not played after that. Nowadays, with college football and sports for that matter shifting away from TV stations buying rights to packages of games to streaming, something like this would never happen again. So, be grateful that your big noon kickoff doesn't get bumped for the local Conference USA game of the week. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe for more videos, stay blessed, goodbye.